Hello everyone, Dr. Victoria Scarbo here speaking to you from the Seeds of Transformation Healing Center in Wareham, Massachusetts. We are looking at the taroscopes for the month of July 2022 for the sign of Aquarius. That's Aquarius sun, moon, or rising. Before we get to the card reading, which I will be doing with the Tarot of the Spirit deck, let's look at the astrology just very briefly. A more detailed astrology picture can be seen on my Astrology and Kabbalah of the month, which will be coming out shortly or soon after this video. I do the Kabbalah, the numerology, the energetic the energies of the month, and then the astrology, usually week by week. So, because there's usually a lot to say every week. So, the sun is in Cancer for most of the month. For you guys, that Cancer sun is in the 6th house of health and well-being. So this is a good time to evaluate your health, to evaluate your work. There is oppositions to Pluto, to the sun, and to Mercury while they're both in Cancer, close to be in the middle of the month, and so there can be some realizations around the need for healing, perhaps the need for something to change in your day-to-day life, habits and things like that. We do have Mercury making a square to your ruling planet Uranus. That's occurring on, let me see what I have. It looks like the 28th. At that point, Mercury will be in Leo. So we're looking at your relationship, or your one-to-one relationship house. And let's see, where is Taurus in your chart? Taurus is in that 10th house. So, no, in the 4th house. So there can be some arguments with around home, and which create this need to actually like do something, take an action around your home and your one-to-one relationships. So maybe marriage and the like. So that might come up this month. There'll be something that stimulates that. We also have on the 28th Jupiter turning retrograde. Jupiter's in Aries right now, so Jupiter is moving through your third house. So a lot of expansion of information, ideas, but now there was sort of an explosion of that when Jupiter went into Aries, because Jupiter makes everything bigger, and Aries is about new things. So there's a lot of new things that you're exposed to. Now you have some time as Jupiter goes retrograde to sort of evaluate them, run them through your filters and the like. Some of the ideas will be great, others won't, and you'll be able to discern which is which. Mars is moving through, Mars moves into Taurus early on the 5th of July, so early in the month, and that will move through that, your home. So there's a lot of energy in your home. You might even want to start, sort of do some sort of renovation. Slow and steady wins the race on that, okay? Don't just take things one step at a time, Okay, let's see what the cards have to say. I'm looking out the window because Charlie got out this morning, and just want to make sure that he's not in any big trouble. So if you see me suddenly run away from the desk, you'll know, maybe Charlie's got a chipmunk in his mouth, but he's usually pretty good. I make sure. I'm hearing noises out there. I make sure that he's well fed, and hopefully he might just play with them and not actually hurt them. Okay. I tell him, don't kill anything, especially not the chippies and the baby bunnies. All right, let's see what we have here. The mountain. Ain't no mountain high enough. Yeah, well, the mountain means that you've been working really, really, really hard. Some of it has been A lot of heavy lifting here, a lot of heavy lifting. So there's something in your life that you've been working really hard on, very, very diligent. The challenge is so many people have an opinion about it. Let's see if you should ignore those opinions. You are. You are an Aquarius. You are known for that a little bit. Underneath it, we have the Five of Wands, called Struggle in this deck. This is really it's movement, right? Five and fire is movement, and what it can do is it can sort of burn away the dross, or it can turn into a conflagration. So it sort of depends on what's feeding the fire here. We have in the past the Earth Father. So this is you knowing how to manifest what you need to manifest. So it seems to me like the issue is that you're at a little bit of a creative block. And everybody has an opinion about it. Spirit says you are ultimately in charge. It's your intention that runs this gamut, or runs this game, or runs this project. Let's see in the immediate future. And you will have clarity. So you go from this confusion where you're at right now to over the next month having some clarity. This is actually Mercury in Aquarius. Is it the Mercury or the Sun in Aquarius? No, it's Mercury in Aquarius. Mercury in Aquarius, the scientific mind. The scientific mind. You've got this. Don't you worry about it, Aquarius. You definitely have it. How people see you from the outside, the mother of water. When you think of Aquarius, the first thing you don't think of is, tea and sympathy. It's not really the vibe. So maybe people feel like you need a little tea and sympathy. Maybe that's what people are trying to help you. But I think, like I said, you have it all in the bag here. Your domestic situation is a resurrection. This is an awakening. This is really connecting with your divine essence. Your divine essence. Decisions made. A clarion call of some sort. At home, in your everyday life. A call to unity. A call to unity. You can see these two people come together as one sort of entity. These not necessarily two people, but it can be the two parts of ourselves coming into this unity. We have the rainbow bridge here, and here's Gabriel tooting his horn. Gabriel sits on the tree of life in the Sephiroth of the moon, Yesod, to remind us that we're not here on this planet by ourselves, that we're not isolated, that we're not forsaken in a way, but that we are connected to spirit always. The star card, your card, Aquarius, in the hopes and fears. You want your wish to come true, right? It'll come true. The fire, sister of fire. This is a page of wands in other decks. So this is messages, creative messages. Listen, there's information coming in towards the end of the month, and a transformation, some sort of transformation. So you're going to have something is going to change, and you're going to get the message, but maybe even before anybody else does. Ultimately, I would say that from these cards, you do have a little bit of a creative block right now, but I feel like that will, I think it's necessary, because the thing that you've been working on is kind of turned into like a bit of a drudgery. And so you need that sort of flame. You need that like stimulation to sort of get it over the finish line, right? And so that's going to actually help you. And there are very, very many well-meaning people out there who want to help. I would say keep your own counsel on most of that stuff. Understand that, sometimes they're coming from a different place. It's maybe not even be a place that you would necessarily think to come from. But there is an attempt to help from people, and you can accept that but you have to keep your own mind about things, right? Okay. Underneath it, we have the Five of Cups, so that is some sort of loss. The Ten of Swords, an end, and then the universe, endings and beginnings. And so there is some sort of end of something here, but it's important that you understand that the end is simply an opportunity for a new beginning. The end is simply an opportunity for the new beginning. So that's what I see in these cards. All right. And let's do an oracle reading. Still looking to see if my cat is being bad. Nope. Okay. I hope he comes in soon because he's hot. It's hot out there, and he's a black cat. Kitties. Kitty, kitty, bang, bang. Kitty, kitty, bang, bang. We love you. Okay, good. Here we go. I'm going to use the Mystical Shaman Oracle and pull a card for Aquarius for the month of July. I don't remember what month I was doing. One of the issues when you do astrology or you do card readings is a lot of times you're looking just, a little bit ahead. You're looking at the upcoming energy. People want to know what's coming up. Then they can kind of prepare for it, perhaps, or just steel themselves. But because of that, I never know what day it is. I don't even half the time know what month it is. Then I work for myself, so I'm on my own schedule. And sometimes I kind of worry about it because, getting old. But I think it's a sign of the times. The wind. Oh, the wind. What's that? I want to sing that song from Pocahontas, but I don't know the words. Can you hear the something of the wind? 63. Let's see what it says. So, the symbol of the wind represents the element of air, which of course you are an air sign, Aquarius. It rules communications, thoughts, song, and inspired ideas. Yeah, that inspired ideas is an Aquarius thing. See that, Aquarius? That's Aquarius. The south is carrying a new sense of trust. So you want to see which direction the wind is coming from. So you have to pay attention to the wind. The winds of change, as it were. Okay. The south is carrying a new sense of trust, helping you gently begin to discard habits and parts of yourself that are no longer needed. Is it the west calling you to move more introspective, to a willingness to make final decisions and let go of attachments and ego desires? Is it the north moving in to bring you wisdom and strength? Or is it the east carrying clarity of vision and purpose? According to your cards, it's the east, but you can decide for yourself. Whichever way the wind is blowing for you, the message which the wind whispers or shouts is a challenge. It may take courage at first to turn and face the wind, but you will find exaltation in moving toward and receiving its lessons. It says, when the spirit of the wind comes calling, it is a sign of change. You're very intimate with change, Aquarius. That's my sound of thunder, lightning. In case you were wondering, I wasn't clearing my throat. Okay, guys, have yourself a wonderful month. Please like and subscribe if you would like a reading with me. You can contact me at my website. Whoops, sorry, got an itchy nose. It's the truth. I think that's what that means. theseedoftransformation.com. And I will see you again next month for the Taroscopes of August. Until then, you're brilliant. Take care, everyone. Namaste.